show you something that I saw out of the corner of my eye on social media. Zara Larsson is a pop star from Scandinavia. I had never heard of her until yesterday, I confess. She's a bit of a big deal, though. She's got 9.8 million followers on Instagram. And one of her comments, very, very thoughtful, was to say, "I effing hate ICE." ICE being the, of course, immigration police in the United States. It was a weird rant in that she sort of had a list, as you can see. She said she loves criminals. Well, I mean, I guess Jesus said that too. He loves the sinners, hates the sin. But she said she loves abortion and she loves welfare. Well, that's not the same as loving the sinner but hating the sinner. I don't really understand what she was trying to say, and I don't think it was particularly deep, to be honest. She had no love for ICE, though. In fact, she said she hated it. So I think it wasn't particularly erudite and not very intellectual. Now, she got a lot of flack for it, but obviously she got a lot of attention. And instead of thinking, well, maybe I should recalibrate, she doubled down. She warmed to her theme. And she gave her opinions from over there in Sweden or wherever she is about ICE, the American police who are fulfilling Donald Trump's electoral mandate of deporting illegal criminals, people who come into the country illegally. She said about ICE, quote, "They're criminals too. Killing, kidnapping, violent, hateful ones." So she said, I didn't know she was an expert in things. But I do know from poking around her website that she is about to begin a U.S. tour, a concert tour. And she's starting in some very Democrat blue Antifa cities of Portland, Seattle, and Oakland, perhaps the three most left-wing cities in the United States. Now, the thing about attacking the immigration police, the thing about attacking the immigration department of the United States is it's odd to do that right before you're going to need to apply to the immigration department of the United States to go on a big rock and roll tour, as she is. Should Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who's in charge of visas, should she let Zara Larsson in? I mean, do you doubt for a second that she will use her concerts as an opportunity to radicalize young people against police? Do you really think she's not going to? She's having the time of her life poking the bear in America. I mean, I guess one cheeky approach for the U.S. government would be to let her in and do her concerts, and for ICE to use her concerts as a kind of honeypot to attract bad guys or people who have to be deported, and have a massive ICE presence at her concerts to sweep up the lawbreakers. I mean, of course, American citizens have the First Amendment, and that allows them to express their feelings, including if their feelings are hatred for their country, like Zara Larsson feels. Foreigners may have that freedom of speech too, but they don't have the right to enter the United States to express it. I think we take for granted that people can just express their hatred of America, especially celebrities doing it, because Americans never push back. They never do anything about it if you say how much you hate them. In fact, some Americans cheer when you say you hate America. Same thing with Canada, by the way. I mean, if we're tearing down statues of Sir John A. Macdonald and calling Canada a genocidal country because of a fake claim about a particular residential school, it's tough to muster any outrage when someone else says we're evil, right? Especially if we've been saying it about ourselves falsely. But still, is America just supposed to accept all of this? Some millionaire from Sweden calling ICE police murderers and kidnappers? As a thought exercise, imagine if a singer were about to embark on a 20-city concert tour of France, but started off by telling her 10 million followers how evil France is and how much she hates French police. Well, actually, come to think of it, France probably would allow it. It's a bad example. But I think Trump is starting to push back on this stuff, not at the petty level of a pop star, but at a more serious level of everyone around the world taking America for granted, knowing America is very powerful, but knowing that America is slow to anger and will accept a lot of guff. It reminds me of this rant in a movie by Christopher Walken. Oh, I don't know, this is about 20 years old. Can I play for you a clip that's about 1 minute and 40 seconds long? Christopher Walken, who's a great actor, very dramatic style and very unique sound of his voice, trying to rev up someone. It doesn't matter the context, but just listen to this talk and think, if you would, that the United States is the lion they're talking about.
You watch those nature documentaries on the cable?
Yeah.
You see the one about lions?
Yeah.
Get this lion. He's the king of the jungle. Huge mane out there. He's laying down under a tree in the middle of Africa. He's so big. He's so hot. He doesn't want to move. Now, the little lion cubs, they start messing with him. Biting his tail, biting his ears. He doesn't do anything. The lioness, she starts messing with him, coming over, making trouble. Still, nothing. Now, the other animals, they notice this, and they start to move in. The jackals, hyenas, they're barking at him, laughing at him. They nip his toes and eat the food that's in his domain. They do this, and they get closer and closer and bolder, till one day, that lion gets up and tears the shit out of everybody, runs like the wind, eats everything in his path. Because every once in a while, the lion has to show the jackals who he is.
Yeah, everyone has been nipping at the lion, and the lion hasn't done anything in a long time. How often does our country poke at the lion, insult the lion, mock the lion? Anti-Americanism is actually becoming part of the Canadian identity again. Donald Trump, I think, is having his lion moment. He just ripped off the head of a hyena called Venezuela, and he's threatening to do it to Cuba and to Colombia and to Iran and, in a way, to Greenland too. America seems to be sick of having people take it for granted and taking liberties, like telling your 9.8 million followers on Instagram that you effing hate them. Oh, but can I please now do a concert tour in your country, which is a privilege? I think it would be a great symbol if they said no to this anti-American Swedish singer right before her concert tour. Don't you?